guys, welcome back to Magic TV. My name's Craig. It's 9 o'clock, it's a Monday, which means it's time for a 5x5. If you don't know what 5x5 is, the idea is simple. I talk about 5 subjects related to magic. I spend 5 minutes on each subject. There is a timer at the bottom of the screen. When the timer reaches 0, I move on to the next subject. It's quick and snappy. You never know what you're going to get. But today, I'm going to be doing a coin magic special. Now, I've already done 2 coin magic specials. This is number 3. In the first special, I looked at basic routines that you need to learn if you get into magic. In the second video, I talked about more intermediate routines that once you've learned the basic routines, they're good routines to learn if you want to kind of take your coin magic journey a little bit further. In this video, I'm going to be looking at sort of more intermediate to advanced, not ridiculously difficult, but slightly more advanced than the stuff that I did in video number 2. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to perform all 5 routines. I'm going to tell you where you can learn them from, and more importantly, why you should learn these routines and why the routines and the sleights that you learn within them are important when you do coin magic. If you have any questions about any of these tricks, let me know in the comments down below. Let me know also if you actually perform any of these. But without further ado, we're going to get straight into the first trick. So the first routine we're going to be looking at today is a routine by David Roth, and it's a copper-silver routine. Now, David has created lots of copper-silver routines over the years. A lot of them are published in Expert Coin Magic. In fact, the New York Coin Guys, which was David Roth, Michael Rubenstein, Geoff Latta, and Mike Gallo, they actually put a DVD set out, and the first DVD set was all on routines with copper-silver coins. So he's created lots of different magic with copper silver coins over the years. This is my favorite because when I first learnt this, it allowed me to learn a move called the palm to palm change, which I honestly believe that if you're going to get into magic, learning the palm to palm change is such an important move. And David uses it in such a wonderful way here. The routine that I'm about to show you, you have 2 coins, a copper and a silver coin, examined. You then have them change places several times. The final change happens in the spectator's hand, and everything's examinable at the end. And 90% of the routine works with this palm-to-palm change. Now, what a palm-to-palm change is, it's basically having a coin hidden in classic palm, and in the action of squeezing that coin in your hand, moving another coin into classic palm and taking that coin out of classic palm. So if you know a Bobo switch, it's a bit like a Bobo switch, but instead of finger palm to thumb palm or finger palm to finger palm, it's classic palm to classic palm. And it opens up so many possibilities. There's several routines I actually use all the time that use this move. Let me perform the routine for you so you can see an example of how the palm to palm switch works. Okay, so I've got a copper coin and a silver coin. This is an old English penny, and this is an American $50, copper and silver. And I'm going to make these 2 coins change places. That's what's going to happen. They're going to change places. Normally, a magician won't tell you what's going to happen beforehand, but I will. Now, Sarah, you examined these coins beforehand, didn't you? So you know that they're perfectly okay. And I've told you what I'm going to happen. I'm going to squeeze them and make them change places. And I'm actually going to hold them in my hands. I'm not going to do this and openly change their positions, because that's not magic. That's a little bit silly. But I'm actually going to try and do this by magic. So I want you to watch really carefully. The copper coin goes here, the silver coin goes here, and all I have to do is squeeze. And when I do, the coins change places. Now the silver coin's over here, the copper coin's over here. Right. Now, the problem is you didn't know what was going to happen. So I'm going to break the unwritten rule of magic. I'm going to do it again. So the silver coin goes here, the copper coin goes here. All I have to do is squeeze, and when I do, the coins change places. Now I could do this over and over and over again, but I like to do a big finish. So this is how the big finish works. Your hand would normally be here. We'll pretend that this is your hand. And you would put the copper coin and the silver coin into your hand, and you would make a fist. I would then ask you to take one of these coins out and put it on the back of your hand. So you might take that one, for example, the copper coin, and you'd squeeze the silver coin tightly. And it's important for everyone to realize this would be the spectator's hand, but Sarah's all the way over there. So I want you to watch one more time. Watch that copper coin. As I squeeze it, it turns silver. There's the silver coin. The copper coin would be in the spectator's hand, and everything would be examinable. So that's the routine. It is incredibly clean. Now, you don't need a table. Everything can happen in the spectator's hands. In fact, when I do this, what I'll typically do is I'll have a spectator hold their 2 hands out, and I'll do the same thing that you've just seen, but in their hands. So they'll be having the copper coin in one hand and the silver coin in the other. And the thing that you need to understand about this trick is you need to have a very good classic palm. Because in order to do this trick, you're going to have to learn the palm to palm change. And I'll be honest with you, it is not an easy move to do. If you want some, and this uses a gaff coin, by the way, it uses copper silver. You need to be able to do a palm to palm change. Now, this is something that's going to require a lot of practice. It's not something that you can do straight away. The biggest issue you'll find, if you want some advice on learning the palm to palm switch, is when you start learning it, you'll find that the coins clink together. I see a lot of people practicing the palm to palm switch, and they'll get this. They'll get a clink as they're squeezing the coin. You want to make sure that that clink's not there. And the big piece of advice I can give you on that is when you're doing the move, don't have it on the tips of the fingers, but have it on the tip of the ring finger. That's not anything that I've read anywhere else, but that really helps because you can extend that ring finger further and it makes that move a lot easier without a click. But it is a move that it's well worth learning. If you're doing copper silver routines or you're doing routines when you want to switch one coin for another, it's great being able to do a palm to palm switch because then everything's taking place in one hand. You can be using this hand for misdirection or something. So you can learn it from a couple of different places. David Roth's Expert Coin Magic, the book, a lot of his DVDs, and also on the New York Coin Guys DVDs. It's called Copper Silver. It's by David Roth. Okay, so the next coin routine I want to talk to you about. This is a coin routine that I published in a book called Born a Freak, which was an ebook many, many years ago. And it's called When You're Behind, You're Ahead. And it was a routine that was designed so that the entire way through the routine, I'm actually one coin behind instead of one coin ahead. Now, let me explain what I mean for people that are kind of newish to coin magic. When you are working one coin ahead, it means that you've got an extra coin in play. So if you look back at the first video of the Coin Magic 5x5 series, I performed a routine by David Roth, where it's called Wing Silver, and it was four coins jumped from one hand to another. It uses a fifth coin, so you're one coin ahead. In fact, in the previous routine, I actually had 3 coins and not 2, so that's another example of being one coin ahead. When you're one behind, it means you've got one less coin than the audience is expecting. And a lot of magicians don't work one coin behind, but there is so many different applications of being one coin behind. It really is something that you need to learn. The routine I'm about to show you, as I say, I published it many, many years ago. The middle phase is actually a Jay Sankey coins across that he published with 3 coins across just using 2 coins. And I added a beginning and an end to it. Let me perform it for you first of all, so you can see just how powerful it is having this ability to work one behind in a routine is. So let's have a look at that right now. Okay, so I'm going to take a piece of nothing right here. I'm going to pop the nothing into my hand, give a little squeeze, and when I do, I can turn that into an American silver dollar. That's a silver coin. Let me try that again. There's a second coin there. You can't see it, but if I wave this one over the top, squeeze, this one becomes visible as well. That's 2 coins. You've probably heard the expression, all good things come in threes, which is why there's a third coin over there. That's 3 coins. Now I've got 3 coins. I can show you the trick. And the idea of the trick is very simple. One at a time, I'm going to make the coins jump from this hand to this hand. Now, when I touch my thumbs together, the first coin jumps. I want you to see there's just 2 over there now. The first one's gone over here. You might have missed it, so I'm going to do it again. It's when I touch my thumbs together that the second coin goes. You see, that just leaves us with 1 coin over here, and over here we have 2. One final coin. Watch the last coin. If I just do this, that's the third coin, and that's all 3 coins jumped across. Now, I know what you're thinking, well, he can make coins jump from one place to another. He can make them appear. What else can he do? Well, I can actually take these coins and make them disappear, and that's what I'm going to do. This one first of all, then these 2. But this one first. You see, if I squeeze this coin into absolutely nothing, I can make that coin invisible. Let me do that again. There's still 2 coins left. Watch this coin right here. You see, if I wave this one over this hand, this one disappears. That's coin number 2. The last one's the hardest one. You see, if I touch it up here, it goes all the way down the sleeve over there. It's very difficult to make this last coin disappear. But if I squeeze, I can take that final coin, make it disappear. And that's a trick with 3 coins. Now, that whole routine only use 2 coins at any point, which means that you can get some really clean displays. And what I mean by that is if you're doing a 3 coins across, for example, if you've got 3 coins, if you've only got 2 coins and the spectators think there's 3, that first coin jumping to the other hand is a miracle, because you can just open up your hand and show there's two. What you do need to be able to do when you're working one behind is have a good false count. Now, there's lots of different false counts that you can use. Michael Rubenstein has created some amazing false counts, which you can find in his book. And Jay Sankey, if you look up on the L&L DVD set of Jay Sankey or in Revolutionary Coin Magic, he talks about his false count, which is so deceptive. It's based on the Himba Vanish, which is a great vanish that you should learn anyway. But it's based on the Himba Vanish, and it's a way of actually showing 3 coins instead of 2. Now, you don't necessarily have to do what I just did and do a whole routine where you're one behind the whole time, but the ability to go one behind and one ahead at different times is really amazing, because there's lots of different routines that you can do. If you're structuring a formal sort of coin set where you do maybe 10 or 15 minutes of coin magic, you can go one ahead and one behind at various different points in the routine. So there you go. That particular routine is called When You're Behind, You're Ahead, and you can get it from my ebook, Born of Free 2, which was published many years ago. But as I say, other sources on routines. The Richard Sanders has done some great work on this as well. The Creators Collide by Jay Sankey and Richard Sanders. Also look at Jay Sankey, and also look at Michael Rubenstein. Okay, all through number 1 and number 2 Coin Magic 5x5 specials, I just used regular coins. I didn't introduce gimmicks in any way, shape or form. Then in the first routine of this particular video, I highlighted David Roth's copper silver that does use a copper silver coin. I want to highlight another routine now that's going to be using a gimmick. This uses a shell. It uses 2 coins in a shell, so you're really kind of having 2.5 coins whilst the audience thinks there's 3. And this is Geoff Latta's 3-coin trick. Now, for me, this is one of the best coin routines I have ever seen. If you haven't studied Geoff Latta's material, he is absolutely brilliant. His book is phenomenal, and if you look at the early New York Coin Magic videos, DVDs, his performances on there are just amazing. This routine is a routine that I do all of the time. It is so commercial. There's so much magic in like a 2-minute period. You've got vanishes, multiple appearances, you've got coins jumping across, and it's so clean. It really is. So it's well worth looking at. I'm going to perform it for you right now, and I'll tell you why you want to learn it, because there's some amazing moves that are part of this particular routine that's well worth learning as a coin magician. Let's have a look at that right now. So I want to show you something right here with a piece of nothing. Again, just like before, there's nothing you can see. But if I take that nothing, give it a shake, it actually turns into an American silver $1/2. Let me do that again for you. There's another piece of nothing. If I take that nothing and do this, I can get a second coin. So that's 2 coins. That's coin number 1, coin number 2. I need a third coin. The third coin is right there. So that's 1, 2. Sorry, hang on a second. That's kind of weird. Sorry, there's 2 coins over there. There's 1 coin there. That's okay. I'm really sorry. I'll make that third coin appear at the tips of my fingers. There you go. At the tips of these fingers over here. There you go. 3 coins. That's 1, 2, 3. Now I've got the 3 coins. Now I can do the trick. I want you to watch very carefully. Do not blink. Watch those 3 coins. The idea is to make the coins jump. They're going to go up the sleeve, across the chest, down the other sleeve, and squeeze over here. Notice the hands don't come together, and yet the coins jump across. That one over there is coin number 1. Now, some people say I throw it up the sleeve. I don't throw it up the sleeve, and I'll prove it to you. I'll hold it here at the tips of my fingers. When I go up and down, it attracts the second coin, and now there's 2 coins right there at the tips of the fingers. 2 coins over here, 1 coin left over here. Now, notice I don't bring these 2 coins anywhere near here. I blow, and that's all I have to do, and the third coin jumps across just like that. So now we've got the 3 coins. We've made them appear, we've made them jump. The idea is to make them disappear. The first one, I'm going to take it and put it right there. That's the first coin disappearing. The second coin kind of goes the same way. I just take that one. That one disappears. That leaves us with 1 final coin. This last one's the hardest one. You see, if I take this coin and put it over here, it jumps over here. If I put the coin over here, it jumps over here. If I put the coin over here, it jumps over here. It's very difficult to make that last coin disappear, but I can make it disappear. Going, gone. And that's all 3 coins vanished. When you start adding a shell into a routine, or a flipper coin, or some other gimmick that allows you to get 1 ahead, it opens up so many possibilities. And there's so many wonderful routines that uses shells and uses flippers. For me, this is one of the best applications of a shell ever. Let me explain why you should learn this routine, other than being a creator. It's such a commercial routine, it really is. It can be done in pretty much any environment. But outside of that, you're going to learn some really important moves that you need to learn as a coin magician. So the concept of a Mickey Mouse move, which is holding coins at the tips of the fingers and making them disappear by pulling them behind each other. That's something that you learn in this routine. Also, how to unnest a coin from a shell, which was popularized by Troy Hooser. That's something that you learn in this routine. And then you actually get to learn how to do Geoff Latta's one-handed unnest, which has got so many applications in coin magic. And I haven't seen hardly any coin magicians use this, but I use it in quite a few different routines. It's the idea of having 2 coins here, and just by blowing and using a straddle grip, you get 3 coins. I mean, it's just incredible. The whole routine, the routining behind it, and everything to do with this routine is so slick. And as I say, there's so many different sleights that you're going to learn as a part of this routine that you'll be able to apply to your other coin magic. So you can learn this from, again, the New York Coin Guys set of DVDs. It's called The 3 Coin Trick. It's on there. It's also obviously in Geoff Latta's book, Long Kiss Goodnight, I think it's called. You can get it from there. It's well worth learning. Highly recommended. In fact, look into any of Geoff's material. So I think it's about time that we started talking about 3 fly. It's one of the most popular plots in coin magic. If you don't know what 3 fly is, the whole idea is you have 3 coins at the tips of your fingers, and you have them jump from the tips of the fingers of one hand to the tips of the fingers of the other hand. So in other words, you're not making a fist around the coins as in traditional coins across, but they're held at the tips of the fingers. Now, I think the first person to do something like this was Jonathan Townsend, and he did a visible coins across. But Chris Kenner was ultimately the person that created the 3-5 plot. And, you know, for many, many years, it was kind of a whole underground sensation. Everybody whispered, oh my gosh, 3 fly. And everybody and their mother has come up with different ways of achieving 3 fly. I remember Paul Wilson coming up with a version with Joe Pauper, which was like 3 coins jump from one hand to the other, and you never brought your hands together. There's some really expensive gaffed versions come out. Chris Kenner himself teamed up with Jamie Schoolcraft to create a version of 3 fly. Mark Mason came up with a version of 3 fly. Plus there's versions with regular coins. There's versions with, you always tend to have an extra coin, not always. I've actually got a routine called Really Fly, which is just 3 coins. But it's definitely a plot that you want to learn. People love it. However, what I will say to you is I subscribe to the Paul Wilson school of thought when it comes to 3 fly. And what Paul Wilson says is, he says you should never do 3 fly as a standalone piece. And the reason is a lay audience won't realize how good 3 fly is unless they understand the concept of coins jumping from one hand to another. So Paul Wilson always does a regular coins across, and then once he does a regular coins across, he then goes into 3 fly, and he'll then do a 3 fly. And because they already understand about coins jumping from one hand to the other, and they've seen that more traditional approach, when they see the coins held at the fingertips, it's kind of a leap forward. It becomes even more impressive as opposed to just doing 3 fly. Now, I'm going to show you a version first of all, right now, that just uses 4 coins, and this is very heavily based on Daryl's version, so I'm going to do that for you right now. Okay, so Sarah's behind the camera. I've got 3 coins. Can you see these here, Sarah? They're silver American dollars, so they are quite big coins, so hopefully you can see them. Yeah. The idea is I'm going to make them jump from one hand to the other, from over here over to here. If I do this, do you know what this is called?
Waving coins.
It's called turning your hand over, but yeah, same thing. If you do that fast enough, look what happens. The coins jump here. That's 1 coin that jumps into the other hand. Now, you might have missed that, so let me do it again. We've got 2 over here. We've got 1 over here. If I go up and down and side to side, I can actually make the second coin jump across. That's coin number 2. Yeah. The last one, would you like the last one to go in slow motion?
Okay.
Thank you.
That's rubbish.
I don't know, full speed looks like that, but you combine the motion, you get the last one from here to here. It looks something like that, and that's 1, 2, 3 coins across. So that was a version of 3 fly using 3 coins and an extra coin. As I say, you can look up Daryl. This is based on Daryl's routine. Now let's look at a version where you can actually use a shell. What I'm about to show you is based off a Chris Congreave and Garry Jones style routine. Garry Jones has published a lot of work on three fly using a shell, and you can find this routine on Garry's material, on Chris Congreave's material. Let's have a look at that right now. So 3 coins, and the advantage of using a shell is that you've got a few really clean displays. And what I mean by that is the same concept, 3 coins. If I shake, I can make the first one jump to the tips of the fingers like this. I'll do it again. Maybe you didn't know what was going to happen. 2 here, 1 here. If I go up and down, I can make the second coin go across, but I can be very clean at this point because I'm using a shell and not an extra coin. The last one in slow motion looks like this. Full speed looks like this, but watch the final one from here to here. And again, because I'm using a shell at the end, I can really clean that up and I can show that I've just got 3 coins and 2 empty hands. So you can see that those 2 routines are very similar. The only difference is using a shell, it allows you a more clean display of the coins at several points where you couldn't really show your hands empty because you were using an extra coin. With a shell, you can. So if you want to learn either of those 2 routines, like I say, Daryl is a great source. If you want to look at Lee Asher's 3 fly, that's a great 3 fly. It uses poker chips, but all the poker chips are different colors, which is pretty cool. And this is off Chris Congreave's and Garry Jones material. You can find it in Life's a Beach Volume 1 or 2. And also, Chris published his coins across handling in a routine called Ice Coins, which came out through Alakazam many years ago. Any of those sources are worth checking out. Right, so the final segment here on today's 5x5 Coin Magic Special number 3, we're going to be talking about coin purses. And in future 5x5 specials, I want to talk about different routines with coin purses because there's so many routines you can do. My favorite routine with a coin purse is David Roth's copper silver routine with 3 copper coins, 3 silver coins and a glass. I think it's called the purse and the glass. It's amazing. I remember the first time I saw it, I was blown away. I want to keep it nice and simple if you've never done anything with a coin purse before. These are the coin purses I recommend. They're I think it's Tomasaka. I'll put the link down below. But you can get these from all good magic dealers. In fact, if you're going to start working with a coin purse, I highly recommend you pick up Stone Purse by Nate Cranzo, which you can get. Penguin Magic have got the exclusive on that. And what Stone Purse is it's you get one of these purses, but you also get what looks like one of these purses, but it's actually made out of clay. And what that allows you to do is you can do any routines that you want to with a coin purse, but at the end you can ask them to put the coins back in the purse, and the purse is just a solid lump of clay. Now, the routine I'm going to show you now is a slightly more streamlined version of a routine that I put on my Murphys at the Table lecture. When I did my Murphys at the Table lecture about 5 years ago now, I put a routine out, a coin routine that uses this, and the whole idea is the coins were jumping out the purse one at a time, and as a finale there was a production of about 100 coins, and as well as the production of about 100 coins, the coins then did a kicker back into the purse. There was a lot of stuff going on. This is and it's great, but there's a bit of a setup. This is more of a commercial handling. All you need is a purse and 4 coins. I'm using $50 for this. The other thing that I'll tell you is a lot of the material I do with coin purses, or particularly this purse, is based on Roth's moves with coin boxes. In fact, I did a magic stuff recently on the channel, which I'd check out if I were you, and it was Hows and Whys on coin box magic, and I actually talked about how Roth's work with a coin box influenced routines like this. Let me perform the routine for you right now so you can have a look at it. Okay, guys, so what I have here is I have a little purse, and Sarah's behind the camera. Can you see that, Sarah?
Yep.
Everything could be examined. There's 4 coins in here. There are genuinely just 4 coins and purse. You could examine everything. Now, Sarah, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do before I do it. Okay, one at a time. I'm going to take these 4 coins, put them inside the purse, and I'm going to try and get them out the purse one at a time.
Okay.
Okay, so watch. The first coin goes like this. It's going to go from here to here. If I rub the back of my hand, rub the back of the purse, squeeze, when I do, that first coin comes right out from the purse. Now, let me do that again for you. Maybe you missed it. This time, I'm just going to snap. And when I snap, the second coin comes out the purse as well. That should leave us with 2 coins inside. Let me show you there are 2 coins in the purse. One at a time, the coins are going out the purse. Now, let me do that again for you. Do you see the 2 coins, Sarah?
I do.
I'm going to pop them inside the purse. Is that fair?
Yep.
Now remember that these 2 coins over here have already made their way out the purse. 2 coins have gone, 2 coins are left to go. I make a fist, I snap my fingers, that's the second and the magic happens. That's when coin number 3 makes its way out the purse. So we've got 3 coins out the purse, and just to show you that I'm not cheating, there's only 1 coin left inside. Are you ready for the final coin?
Yeah.
I'm going to go as slowly as I can. Sarah, how many coins over here?
3.
And how many coins in the purse?
1.
If you were here, I would let you take these 3 coins and hold them yourself. We'll pretend that's your hand. And I just snap my fingers. And when I do, that's the signal for the magic to happen. Over here now, we have 4 coins. And in the purse, we have absolutely nothing. So there you go. That's a very commercial routine. It can be done in the hands. It can be done on the table. There's a couple of nice applications there. So first of all, in episode number 2 of this Coin Magic 5x5 series, I talked about Hang Ping Chen, and we looked at PDQ coins across by Paul Harris as an example of how to do a Hang Ping Chen. What I was doing in a couple of the final phases of that routine is I was doing a Hang Ping Chen, but from behind the purse, which allows me to move the coins around without using shuttle passes or without using utility switches or anything like that. And so that's a very interesting application of the Hang Ping Chen. But as I say, we're also taking work that Roth has put into coin boxes and applying it to a coin purse as well. So it's well worth checking out. If you want to learn all about this, get my At the Table lecture. It's about £6 or £7. And on the At the Table lecture, I go into stuff like this in very great detail. So there you go, guys. That's Coin Magic number 3 in the bag. 5x5 Coin Magic number 3 in the bag. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Would you like to see a 4th video where I kind of go more into the more advanced techniques that coin magicians use? Are you finding this series valuable? Again, let me know in the comments down below. Which was your favorite trick? Let me know if you perform any of them yourself. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you want to see more videos like this, please like the video and follow us on Instagram. And I'm going to be back again tomorrow with another Magic Live at 6 o'clock, a short at 2 o'clock, and then on Tuesday, and then at 9 o'clock, we're going to be having a Talk Magic. Thanks very much for watching. My name's Craig from Magic TV.